the same guy that made this movie, and this movie, is making the 2024 version of NOSFERATU. This creative genius mastermind of a director is Robert Eggers. In case you don't know, NOSFERATU is about an ancient Transylvanian, messed up on that word again, I just edited it out, Transylvanian vampire, which stalks a haunted young woman in the 19th century Germany. Okay, now, why is this going to be amazing? The best movie you've ever seen. At least in 2024, it definitely will be. Some key cast here. We have Bill Skarsgård playing Count Orlok. He's going to be our leading man. Lily Rose Depp playing Ellen Hutter. She is the Stalky, I believe. And then, you have just all kinds of amazing cast. We have William Dafoe. Eggers and Dafoe have worked together in Lighthouse, and what they create together is phenomenal. The reason this is going to be, I believe, the best movie of 2024 is really, it just all comes back down to Robert Eggers. So, Robert Eggers got his start in doing set and costume production. So, creating sets, creating costumes, and I actually in the not theatric release cinema, but actual stage production. So plays and things like that. Anywho, so that's how he got his start. And if you notice, every Robert Eggers movie, the setting is as intricate to the plot as the characters in his stories. So if you look at the movie The Witch, for instance, it's about a family that is falling apart, a family that has been literally isolated from their village, and therefore the setting is just cold, dark woods, fields. There's not even, I guess it can be debated, but there's not much wildlife even that poses a threat here. It's just what's going on amongst the family themselves. The Lighthouse, it's in the title. The setting is the story. Two guys, that get cabin fever, except it's lighthouse fever. And so, what else? The Northman. Obviously, the setting's key there. Just this very Nordic revenge story. And so you have kind of the farmlands that the kind of Vikings work on as part of that story. And then obviously, if you've seen it, no spoiler, but the Pinnacle volcano scene, pretty crazy. And also you just have the epic tale of he's coming back to his homeland. So it's not just the nature, but who it belongs to. So I think all of these characteristics will more than definitely play a part in NOSFERATU 2024. It's been confirmed that he is editing this film in London. And so I don't think he's originally from London or England or any European country, I don't think. Correct me if I'm wrong. But all that to say is, like I said, this is in 19th century Germany. And so I think Robert Eggers is going to he has a true respect for cinema. And so I believe he is going to honor the previous silent film, NOSFERATU. He's going to try to honor that, and then he's going to pull on different directors that he watches, different horror thrillers. I know in another video he mentions it's 3 or 4 horror movies from the 50s that he's pulling on. Some things he's pulling is camera movement from these movies. Some of it's cinematography and color, use of color. And so I think more than the story itself, it's a known story at this point. What is going to develop the plot, but then also stick in the minds of the viewers is the insane detail of the setting and the costume and the overall local color of this movie. I will say, given the fact of we are battling a vampire here, this is kind of going back into ancient lore of just the presence of evil. So stepping into our English classroom for a second, we obviously the evil is a vampire, but you're going to see Robert Eggers play into this more ambiguous idea of evil. And where does that come from? I mean, it's right there in the trailer. So, yeah, expect this to be thought-provoking. And you may be leaving the theater scared, but you may also be leaving with some interesting thoughts about your worldview. And does evil come from within, or is it an outside force enforced or imposed upon us? And actually, your answer to that could lead to some serious worldview shifts. So go into this movie ready for a good time, ready for a fun time, a scary time, and a time to contemplate life of good and evil. Anyways, check it out. Robert Eggers, NOSFERATU 2024. We'll see you. Thanks again for tuning in to JM Clips. I'm Jerry McIntyre. Have a nice day. As always, go and watch more movies.